to another position. Roberto did a wonderful position last year. This is another year. Okay. And one of them I'm proposing here is that, well, okay, well I guess, well I can do it again. It seems to be maybe we got a problem with the former board, and we definitely have a problem with TCM. And I'm thinking maybe with the attorney that represents the association, it doesn't seem to want to recognize that there's a problem there and to come to our aid. Okay, since Natalie and I and Boyka, who will be here later hopefully, were elected an election on February 16th, the association, after they failed to have an election when they were supposed to. So anyway, they haven't recognized us, and they continue on with whatever they were doing, whatever that is, which I'm not too sure, except sending out letters to people who haven't paid their dues. And some people did not pay their dues because they were requested not to do it because the board wasn't valid. And that's our assertion today. Assertion. Anyway, so this letter is to the Texas Attorney General. This is a petition. The Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, telling him that we believe that Westwind Patio Homes Association and Texas Community Management have been violating laws, Texas and federal laws. That they've committed mail fraud when they send letters out to you and say they're demanding your payment, that they're legitimate representatives of the association when they're not, that they have committed perjury by filing a paper with the state that says that they're the legitimate board when they're not.
Especially the last one, the last member?
Yeah. Huh?
Especially the last member?
Yeah, the last one that was filed.
Oh yeah, the October 3rd of 14. That one for sure.
So filing before he was appointed?
Yeah.
They may be forgery in the election also. Election signing the signature.
Yes.
That is possible. I don't know whether they have forgery.
They haven't met quorum. He said they haven't met quorum.
Oh,
so
no, not yet, huh? No, they keep.
And the election, they keep trying.
Yeah, they keep trying. Well, at least they're doing that. I mean, they could fake quorum, and you know, we'd have a hard time proving it, I guess. But whatever.
Well, one thing that we have to tell about that is that they're trying to have quorum because they want to elect another board member, and this board member, he already filed as a new director before he gets
elected. That's right.
How is that possible? How can somebody be in the board and if the election hasn't occurred yet? Does that make sense?
None of it makes sense, really. But anyway, so this is pointing out these kind of violations, as well as I like this one especially. You know, the RICO, the racketeer influence and corrupt organization, that opens you up to special enforcement, and it's just another violation. I figure they've been conspiring to do that. So this petition.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. What they're conspiring to do?
What
did you say before conspiring to do?
Conspiring. Okay. Well, conspiring to maintain control of this association illegally, conspiring to take money and say that they are the board when they're not. Using the mail to do this, that makes it mail fraud, that makes it a federal offense, okay? And if you do 2 or more mail fraud mailings, it qualifies under what's called the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, which is RICO. When that just allows them to prosecute you and to do other kinds of enforcement actions against you, fine you and throw you in prison, stuff like that. that's another one. So that's the RICO. I'm saying that they have violated these rules. Okay. So this petition says if you sign it, you have to be a homeowner and a member of the association. You have to be on the list as a homeowner to sign it. Okay. But that asking that the Attorney General investigate the former board, Texas Community Management, Patricia Ortiz, and the owner, Stephen Edgar, as well as the attorney that sends out the letters, James R. Young, for suborning perjury, letting Mary Cardoso sign that she was president when she wasn't. And she signed that form with the state, and in the bottom it says, you're signing this form in good faith and under the threat of perjury. Okay? So, and she still signed it. Okay? In conspiracy. So that's petition I have here tonight. If you're willing to sign it, we'll send the complete deal to the Texas Attorney General's office here on Travis Street. He's got an office here, and see if they do anything. And then I have another short one that just says that.
By the way, if they do, how long would they take?
Who knows? We have no idea whether they will even will do anything or not. The more signature we have,
The better.
the better. The more likely they will take notice.
Yes.
Right.
In a case for the investigations.
The whole idea is they passed the law in 2012 that gave us more rights, and they gave us more protections, but they never built anything into there that if, like, say, the association and TCM decided to violate it, they didn't put anything in there that says what they would do to them. They won't do anything to them, which means that we would have to sue them in court, which generally, I don't know if there's any attorneys in here, but that usually makes money for the attorneys and nobody else. And our last discussion that we had with attorney that's across the street from me, he said, well, we could take this to court and he would be willing to work half price. But he estimated to get it into court to where the judge would say, okay, you need to mediate, that'd be $10,000. And then if you didn't want to mediate and you wanted to go all the way through court and try the case, it would be probably $30,000. And when you did that, you'd have to have a forensic accountant go through all the books, and he said that might even be $10,000, right? Those numbers? Okay. So we don't have any records yet to be able to identify how much money we might have at risk. So it would be an incredible gamble and probably pretty stupid to start, throwing $10,000 around for somebody that we don't even know what we're getting, except maybe former guys off the board. So that route doesn't seem to be very viable, and I think that would mean every house would have to kick in like $200 to do that. And
Now there's another way to avoid this. Okay, every time that we're trying to have a meeting, something, we appreciate people who come here. But if you count, if I remember well, the largest meeting that we had so far was like 27. If we make it to 90, we don't have to go through all this. Because we have 90 people willing to sign to go to the office and demand, okay, we already voted, these are our directors. 90 people. 90. If we collect 90 people, we don't have to spend money on attorneys, right? Unfortunately, it's only a few of us, 4 or 5, that are knocking doors. Maybe there's a way to make this team larger. Like, you know somebody that is in front of you, next to your house, if you try to make this group to reach to a point to 90 people, then that's all it takes to win this case, right? Because probably you remember that the largest is less than 30 people. We need 90 people need to come to sign to demand the rights.
Now last year, if you guys were over here and you remember, Humberto did this. He got 86
signatures.
86 signatures, and they said, well, some of these signatures are bogus, so we're not going to believe anything. So that was their excuse.
The attorney said, who said?
TCM did.
TCM.
TCM said, oh no, we've seen.
Patricia, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, she's wonderful. So they questioned my signature because when I married my wife 23 years ago, we never changed her name on the house. So her name is not my name. So I wasn't even thinking. When I signed the petition, I signed it Jim Place, and her former name was Alice O'Connell. Instead of, she's Alice Place, but it was Alice O'Connell. So I'm sure they said, well, you know, this is a bad signature. We can't accept this one. So if we had any, and that would have been 85, and if you get down to 81 is under 50%. 82 is the cutoff, because we're 163. So I never looked at all those names to find out, but if we had any renters that signed or anything like that, or then they would have had a valid, because it had to be 50%, right? It had to be 82 valid signatures. And we would have had to go to court again. We would have had to do the same darn thing. So I don't know. This petition is just to try to get it into another arena where we won't have to pay much to see if these guys will take a look at them.
So how many of you are willing to go to the TCM office and demand Patricia that she needs to recognize the new board? I mean, if we are willing to take your time one specific day, all of us, we can go there.
They'll probably call
And what
cops.
will
No.
Oh yeah.
If you do it, you do it in a civil manner, with no screaming, okay, we are 90 people, we have something to tell you. But it has to be really, really close to 90. Otherwise, we're not enough. We're not enough.
That's never going to happen. We're going to get 90 people to go anywhere. It's not going to happen.
I don't know. I've seen cases where you have a lot more people.
So on April 29th, next week, they're having trying to elect board members still.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So I don't understand why so the people, y'all three that are the board right now?
No, that one is
you two?
You and I and
So,
Boyka.
why aren't we able to go there and re-elect you until, are we just trying to gain control back from them? I mean, is that the outcome of this?
Well, it's been a long trail between what the road that Humberto went down and then the road that we went down, and we've been doing this since January, pretty much January. What's likely to happen? But you're right, that is the suggestion that was given when we were walking around here the last couple of days, and that is just go to the election on 29. The only problem is they're only going to vote 2. Previously, they only wanted to vote 1. So why they decided they're going to vote 2 member slots this time instead of 1, I have no idea. But 2 people being elected would control the board, so changes could be made.
Are y'all
So
on
if
the
you
ballot?
No, but what I'm saying
So
is
if you two win, I mean, because my concern is that, I mean, us losing, access to the pools, to the tennis courts, trash. I mean, who's paying those bills?
They've got plenty of money.
They've collected our money.
They've made more collections than not.
The letters they are sending about them, putting judgment and liens against our homes now, blah, 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 which I'm sure y'all have all seen those. Those are my concerns. I mean, it'd be great if to have, 2 concerned board members like y'all, but, I don't understand why we can't go there and still try to, still have that say over what happens if we truly are the, if you are the board.
Right. Well, hey, it either all I want to do is see the board change, and all I want is to see a legitimate election. That's all I care. If I'm on there, it does not matter at all to me. But I don't want to see the people that are there. I also want to see the people that are there reviewed to see what they've been doing for the last several years, just in case.
So, but as new board members, would you be able to open that up? I mean, it seems it's our money.
Here's my concern about that. The only thing, we should have had elections last year. They should have taken place at the first meeting that was held in March. At that meeting, once Boyka came in, my first meeting, mind you, when Boyka came in and she started voicing her concerns about what she had seen and why she wanted to get to the bottom of why was this money missing, why were we paying out these types of amounts of money. Patricia shut the meeting down and told everybody to leave. The second recall meeting, we should have had it should have been an election. It's never brought up. At that meeting, she brought in some really big, tall guys with, gloves on, and they were standing around as if they were ready to physically remove homeowners from our meeting because she wants to control it like she's been doing. Homeowner associations are for homeowners, ran by homeowners, not the property management company. But from what I've gathered from my first meeting, Patricia's in control of this whole thing, and she has been, and she's not ready to relinquish that control in any way, which is why she stopped holding our meetings over here to make it convenient for homeowners, and she took it down to her office where she can have a controlled environment. So my only issue with that is, even if we went in there, would we have an opportunity to be heard? Would she allow myself or Jim or any of the homeowners that want to be put up on the board to be elected to have that opportunity? And would it be fair? Would she allow us, our homeowners, to make the count to see exactly who won and who didn't? Because their practices in the past have been that they would appoint someone to the board. And Mary has been appointed continuously, and they have went and found other neighbors on her street to appoint to the board. We had no say in who was put on our board of directors. And so that's the only true concern that I have with that. We as homeowners held our own meeting, and as homeowners we voted, and we have the proxies, we have the videotape of all the homeowners that were present, and it was very much so legally done. So for her not to recognize what we as homeowners have done for ourselves, it's against the law. She works for us. We don't work for her.
Why can't we just put our money together instead of paying our dues for this year, put our money together, get an attorney, and take them to court?
And that's, that's exactly what I'd like to do.
So you're videotaping?
Mm-hmm.
It all depends upon what kind of attorney you can get. Because,
I don't mind, but you're not supposed to do that without people's permission.
Oh, really?
We heard 5,000, we've heard 30, we heard 10, we heard all over the ballpark, which is a lot of money. And a lot of us have paid already. There's a threat of foreclosure.
Is this a civil matter?
If it's a civil matter, that's why.
Represent ourselves.
Well, if we can figure out how to do that, right.
Who's leaving the board that does election for two? Do y'all know?
Huh?
We didn't even I didn't receive the notice for this new election.
Somebody faxed over the notice to me today. I didn't get it either.
I was like, I have not gotten
two people, and
I haven't gotten anything.
It says Megan White or Ricardo Grasso, or write in your candidate.
Yeah. So
nominations from the floor will be accepted.
I would guess probably Mary Cardoso is still there, and they want to add Rick Jazo because they already added Rick Jazo. Rick Jazo was listed with the state on October 30 as being the treasurer. He came out of nowhere.
Of last year?
Yes,
Yeah, October. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
last
the
year.
time I saw him when we had the meeting. Never seen him before.
Yeah, but when they filed to bring all the paperwork with the state as far as our HOA is concerned, when they file that paperwork, you have to list your board of directors. And on that paperwork was listed Mary Cardozo, Ricardo, and Sebion, and Jason.
Has it been
Oh, no, I'm
verified
sorry.
that
Yeah,
these
it was
people
Jason.
are actually homeowners?
They are homeowners on the cul-de-sac. What is it?
Yeah, it's Sunswept Court.
Sweat.
They're all right there. 3 houses all together, right around there. They're all
Exactly what
they're
you're
all the
talking
board
about.
right
That
there.
way,
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where all of it.
Yes.
You don't
I
have
thought
to
the fat
be.
guy lived over on Sunswept Lake. The reason I said that was when we wrote the little Oriental girl lady here, she was getting letters about she needs to do this and do this and do this with the property. So she went next door and said, why do y'all keep sending me this? What's this and that? He said, don't worry about it. The board's a joke. Told her the board's a joke. And I said, man, if you could get that on tape.
Who was that?
The little Oriental lady that sat with me and my husband,
Okay.
Mimi,
Who did she talk to? Was it Cristobal?
the fat guy.
Cristobal?
All I know is fat.
He's no longer on the board.
That's what that's what I was wondering if he's one of them
Yeah.
being replaced.
No,
Because I
he's
think he
not.
figured out, you know what, I ain't gonna play this party.
Yeah.
You know, let her play it, but I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna get out while I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they replaced him with Jazo.
Who's that?
Ricardo Jazo, neighbor, across the street from him, or next door, one or the other. I don't know which. I don't go over there.
From your street?
Huh?
He lives
They're
on
all
the same street
Sunswept.
as Mary Cardozo.
Yeah, Sunswept Court.
But you know, I got mine over a week ago. I emailed it to them this morning.
Here they are. This is the filing. Here's Sebion, Jazo, and Cardosa.
But then at the bottom they also say, though they don't mean it, that people from the floor can also be, voted and.
Yeah. When we had our meeting over at Command Center, there were 22 members.
Yeah, I was there too.
Yeah. Okay. There's probably more there in that than there are here tonight, and we had 26 proxies. So we had probably
You want to pass it around so everybody can see it?
a more legitimate election than they'd had here in years, maybe ever, with that many votes.
Just pass it around.
Anyway, one of the reasons why we had walked around, besides having this meeting tonight, was to try to get as many suggestions as we could. We got the go to court one. We got the petition a lawmaker or petition the Attorney General. So we've got the Attorney General here tonight. And another one, Mr. Tundi here, was to, hey, let's go to the election on the 29th and just elect somebody. Again. I mean, the path of least resistance is to play their game. I have a real problem with that because I know everything I've done here is legal and everything they've done is illegal, and that really toasts me. But I'm willing to get, because the alternative is if you burning money and not even possibly getting anything out of it. It's rough.
Excuse me. So they're making a meeting the 29th to make elections.
Yep.
Yeah, but let me show you this.
There's a new one.
I want to go around and show you that the guy that wants to be elected, he already signed at 2014, right? So they're trying to get an election. They try to get this a candidate to be elected. He's not elected supposedly. He already signed. He already filed as in 2014. So I'm going to go around showing his name and the day that he signed as a new board member. He already signed 2014.
this place. Are you gonna get the proxies like before? Because I'm not.
He's
sure
not
I'm gonna be
elected,
able to
he
make
already
it,
signed
but I do want to
2014.
have my say.
Yeah.
Proxies, I'll
No,
give you
but
my proxies.
he's trying to get
Okay,
an election.
well, look, I got this in an
he's not
email
even elected
today.
on the board yet.
From,
Yeah, he already signed
Yeah, he's
2014.
signing the paperwork.
I don't remember
TCM.
her name, sent it to me.
So
And so
you
I
already
haven't
signed like
made copies or anything, but if we want to agree to that, we can do that. You know, if we do that, we walk in there with, somebody walks in there, anybody walks in there with 20 or 30 proxies, probably.
But the thing is that if you walk, to me it seems like actual bodies would be the better answer, because the proxy, they're going to question them again.
Oh, well, yeah, as they state here, we're going to have to go, what's it say? No election results will be announced until all proxies received are verified with the owner of the said proxy turned in or received for this meeting.
How come their proxies are acceptable, ours aren't? That's a question.
Let me ask you something else. What time does this meeting start?
Theirs on the 29th.
Okay, well most people are just barely getting on the freeway on their way home from work at 6:45. So it's very difficult to be there. That's a very bad time.
Oh, well, I apologize for making this at 6. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's sign in at 6:15 and then hold it at 6:45. Last meeting, they gave you 10 minutes, 3 minutes apiece to have your piece to say something. So you really got 9 minutes to talk, and then they said, well, that's it. We're done here.
By the way, that's a conclusion of 90% of their meetings. When somebody questions either that or they bring the cops to escort him out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dean's not here today. The latest perpetrator.
That's my chair, bro.
Can't we go to people's court?
No.
To which one?
People's court.
People's Court?
We don't need to
Where's
pay.
Channel is at, man?
That
Yeah.
election they're holding on the 29th, is that a general election or just to put a treasurer?
I didn't.
The election they're holding on the 29th, is it a general election or just to put the treasurer in?
I don't know what you call it. It's too. It's too. Okay. How are they gonna have elections? They don't send it to anybody. They just send it to us.
The people, they need to be there. They want on their side, that's why.
They only want
What we should do is
to vote for them.
So, if we get any more letters from them now, like any violations that we get or fees that we have to pay, what do you advise us to do?
Well, okay. Well, look, I've heard some things. I'm not going to advise anybody not to pay. Okay? But there's a lot of people that say that
I have not paid, okay? And I have not paid based on the fact that, for one, they were out of compliance with the state. I found that online. I also found that whenever I asked about anything that concerns my house, Patricia would say, talk to the board. So I would then in turn ask her, who are the elected board members? Because the letter that she sends out to you states that if you find a concern, that you can talk to the board members about what, the violation. Okay. So I in turn asked her, who are the elected board members? To which she told me it's private, it's none of my business, and that she had forwarded. I have the emails, I can show them to you if you don't believe what I'm saying.
sign one of these ones.
She would forward my concern to the board, and and I can wait to hear from someone. I've never heard from anyone. And as far as the fees, like I told you, I refuse to pay my money to somebody that I don't know. I want to see a contract between Westwind Patio Homes and TCM. I want to see that contract to make sure that it's valid, because it seems to me that they've been operating invalidly.
Well, TCM hasn't filed with the state in quite a while. They're persona non grata with the state too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I read the page. Okay, they're calling to vote in 2 members of the board. Okay, they have their candidates, but they also have 2 open options for another 2 candidates. What I suggest is, since you already elected for us, what we could do is put your names on it, and even they say that we can sign this paper and give it to you, so you can represent us for the voting. Because that's their proxy. So the people who cannot go, I would suggest, you can get them to fill out their names, sign it over, and give it to the ones who want to go, so we can present them on the voting. At least we're going to have 2 members in already. So for the next election, which is, I think it's November or December?
It should be December 1.
Right. By December 1, we'll have you 2 decide already. Okay, we're gonna be
put your thumbprint on every single one of them. How can you dispute that?
See, we weren't going to be an outsider trying to spend a bunch of money trying to get them out, but we were already going to have you in. Okay? So by December, okay, with you 2 inside already, we're going to know exactly what's going on, and if we need to elect some more people and get the rest of them out, we could do that. See, at least we have advanced. I mean, we've been at this since last year. I know we had advanced in the part of getting organized a little bit because we already made some elections, okay? But on the fact going towards the purpose of trying to throw them out, unless we spend a bunch of money, which we don't have, nothing's going to happen. It's going to pass another year. So my suggestion is, since we already elected you 2, put you 2 on this page, go to election, vote for you, and get you 2 inside. Once you're inside, we have this whole year until December to clarify everything, because you're going to be inside, so you have all rights to ask anything. And if they do not comply with it, okay, by December we can kick them out.
Oh, he'll be thrown out just like that. He's on their board.
The deal.
They'll say, that's it, you're done.
Yeah.
We had somebody from our side there.
Yeah, but I said that's what we have to have more people to elect them.
Some of us don't
Okay,
even have.
and see, we can make copies of these pages. We can go. You already know the people who voted for you. You can go get all that people and try to get more people. By the time we get there, either are you gonna attend? If you're not gonna attend, sign the page, put our names. I give it to somebody who will attend. You don't even have to present the papers. Once you're, there, they can.
And they're playing another game. Whenever it's to their advantage, they're incorporating all properties together to be represented at certain meetings. And if not, if they know that we're going to give them headache or we're going to question something, they just go with their, with the other property people.
Well, again, if we're going to elect the guys from this property and that election goes for that, so far what I see, is, we don't lose anything trying. If we can get them in this time, we don't lose anything trying, we get in. At least we're going to have a feet inside. Now, if nothing happened, we're still in the same train that we were before.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably.
There's nothing to lose.
What is,
we have until the 29th in order to get as
agree?
many signatures as we can.
Yeah, we saw how many people would be able to be present? Don't they have to have a certain number?
You have to have a quorum of at least 17 homeowners available.
How many
Present.
Are there 17 people that can go? Will y'all take a vote?
Well, it does not have to be 17 people or proxies.
Yeah, but I'm afraid about that whole proxy business.
Well, yeah. Well, nonetheless, proxies is a part of the vote.
Yeah.
So if you've got 10 people and 30 proxies, it's 40
we know
votes.
17 people showed up with their own proxies, and we go. Then at least we, versus me showing up with 17. Then they could throw them in the garbage.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is that's what we need to get as many people as we can to get there to 29. But what I'm saying to them is, since they're going around talk to the people, make sure who's gonna be there. He ain't gonna be there, you know, make them sign a proxy. Okay?
Maybe we need
and
to
then
document
can give it to
things
any of
better,
us when we're there.
like this young lady's doing.
Are you recording us?
What I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
is
Just a
when
meeting.
you
That's
go to their
my
meeting,
niece, and I asked her
should
to
be on
record this for
record.
us.
When you hand them proxies,
Free proxy.
you take picture of that. So let them and take pictures of the signatures of the proxy and everything for one reason.
The video tape
Because,
too.
of course, because they can throw it away, okay, and put any signature. They know our names. So, so what would be done then is that they're forging documents.
Yeah.
That's all.
When recreation, the pool guys, when Natalie and Umberto were elected, Umberto walked in with 30-some proxies. You know, that's 583 total entities. But he had enough proxies himself to vote, and as it was, he and Natalie were voted on the board of the recreation. Because,
I wasn't that.
And what they were doing is they had a list of all 583, and they were noting proxy. So when you go in there in that situation, you have to stand there and watch them note the book, and you say this and this and this and this, and each one has to be done. So that took a long time in the process. If they do it properly. But you know what? The votes have to be. I
wouldn't put it past them to have 2 sets of books. Okay?
Well,
they'll mark it on this, then they put their, you know.
I would also definitely be suspect about the tallying of the votes. If there's not a neutral party that's there to not have any conflict with our side or their side or anybody's side, just a neutral party to tally the votes for. I mean, how do we know? You know, we can all go and vote, and you know, they can only count half our votes because there's no one there to really represent us.
And the other thing is,
what can we do about that?
Request that somebody from our side be there, and you know, them and us, we can count the votes.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Well,
generally, you know,
I won't.
this situation, that's the best way of doing it.
Honestly, you know, the vote should be ran by the homeowners anyway. It should not be ran by the management company. This is our HOA. This is our homeowners association. This has absolutely nothing to do with the management of our homeowners association as much as it does have to do with homeowners coming together and all deciding what we want in our community. So I think at the end of the day, Patricia's out of line. TCM is out of line, and as long as we continue to play by their rules and allow them to do whatever it is that they want to do, and we just fall in line with it, they're going to continue to keep us exactly where we've been now.
The thing is, you know, that even though they're right now, they're the one on place, okay, and we have those 2 options right now. We used to have, before we had one option, it was go fighting with lawyers, and we had to raise a bunch of money. Now we have a second option. We can go there and start getting people, you know, you two, like you being elected from us, already in, and then start getting them out, you know, and just keep them doing politics. Because
I don't trust them. I really don't.
I know, but
the only way that I would really feel comfortable with doing that is knowing that our homeowners are going to be the ones there tallying the votes, not anyone from Patricia's office.
We'll give you our voice and you do whatever you need to do.
Not anyone from Patricia's office or any of the people that.
As many people as we can to get them. Now, how many are we here? 20, approximately. Okay. From 150, we have 20. Now, whatever the way you see it, you know, this could be a lot, and this actually is even okay. So we need to get more people involved.
Well, there is a way. She could be.
It can't see you.
Doing this. There's a majority of people that owe money, a lot of money. Paying their dues. She can go to them with threats and manipulate their proxies by, oh, what's the payment plans for you? Oh, we'll do this.